Yes. All right. I'm just get you mic'd up.
Yes, sir. Do you know?
Grab your bag.
Okay. You know, I went and got my makeup done, and that lady, she must have thought I was trying to get on a pole or something. I had to take I had to take all that makeup off. She had these lashes that cover my.
I'm just.
Okay.
I'm just need you to put this part just up your shirt, and
Okay.
I'm just clip it on for you.
Yes, sir.
Also, all right. And this part, if you want to just like put it in your pocket,
Okay.
or just clip it on, just where it's out the way for you.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
Yeah, there's no way to confuse me. It's shaky. Oh, Lordy.
All right. Let's try that. So now. This is in 3. Okay. What did she have for breakfast this morning?
Water and air.
Say that one more time.
I had water and air for breakfast.
Nice.
I'm trying to drop 15 pounds.
Can I see the other piece again?
Yes, sir.
I'm not hearing anything. It's not muted. Music?
Talk with me.
Have you had a chance to pull up my website?
Alright, this part is good.
Okay.
It's the other piece. You got the thing on the right one? So you got 1,
yes.
2, 3, like you got her in 4. You got 4 turned on?
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Like the button? Yeah,
No.
if you put her in one of those, you should be good. You just had it in 4, so it wasn't.
You ready? Mashonda growing
Okay.
weed. You growing it yourself?
Now can you
No,
talk
I'm
for me,
not
please?
You just buying it.
Just say what you had for breakfast one more time.
I had water and air for breakfast.
One more time, please.
Water and air.
I had water and air for breakfast so I can lose 15 pounds.
Okay. You're good. Charleston, what did you have for
You can have a
breakfast?
seat.
Pussy with her on
Seat there.
Uh,
And where would you like me to put your bag?
Yeah, I had some pussy with some hair on it. A lot of hair.
I'll set this back.
It had a lot. It had a lot of hair on it.
One more time for me.
Pussy with hair on it. Yeah, pussy.
Okay. You're all set. And you're
Yeah.
there. Can you talk for me?
Hey, what you doing? How it go?
You healthy, no pussy.
Everything good.
What did you
I
have for
feel.
breakfast?
Cakes, ice cream, everything. What we got?
Okay, let's get Charleston. Can I hear you one more time?
1980s pussy with hair on it is
Okay.
what's much more pleasing and satisfying than 2020 pussy with no hair.
Sounds good.
All right, go ahead.
Sounds good? The sound is good?
What's your
Yes.
French too?
Yeah, French too.
You said start rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't wear them. Yeah.
Sounded great.
You ever heard the word kismet? Kismet means meant to be.
Meant to be?
Yeah, meant to be. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Kismet.
Yeah, I know Mashonda. Mashonda don't know me.
I got both cameras rolling, so whenever y'all ready.
Just the plug. say we got the plug on the podcast today. You ready?
Yep, we ready.
Say what's up, man. This your boy Charleston White. Another episode on the Game Related Podcast. We got a real special guest today. What's up with it, dude?
Yeah, man, y'all know what time it is, man. We finna see what's going on, man. Especially when they say Kush Lotto.
Yeah, Kush Lotto. Yeah. Kush Lotto. I done talked to the people from Cookies. I done talked to the guys, the CEO, owner, man at Runch. And so now I got something that sounds a little bit more pleasing to my ears. I've never heard no one talk of a non-profit 501c3 that has to deal with cannabis. And then using cannabis to deal with trauma, sexual assault victims, veterans, mental health, and things of that nature. So with that being said, we want to introduce Miss Mashonda. We want to tell the crowd who you are.
Yes, my name is Mashonda Kirk, and I actually own Kush Lotto, Weed Lotto, Drake Lotto, Snoop Lotto. Yeah, I have like 100 domains, but that all are like cannabis related.
Oh wow!
But right.
Oh, wow. So we can get a Charleston Lotto,
Absolutely.
a Rat Williams Lotto,
That's a real one.
a Chicken Shit Charlie Lotto, Chicken Shit Lotto.
DrakeLotto.ca for Canada, because once we spread here, then going to other nations and providing safe access.
I want the Lotto for Texas.
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
So Kush Lotto is a nonprofit corporation that will help provide safe access to cannabis for people in need, emotional and physical need.
Now, not to cut you off. What do you mean by safe access? What does that mean?
Well,
Which I know what it means. What does safe access mean?
the street dealers, for whatever reason, are putting fentanyl in cannabis now, and the dispensaries, because they have so much red tape, are expensive. So it's cheaper to go to the street dealer than it is to. I mean, even if you had that option to get something from a dispensary, and it's just, I just don't want to see any more fentanyl deaths.
Okay, so a lot of the recreational users who may not have a valid ID at the time can't get into a dispensary. Who may have warrants at the time and they done lost the ID and can't get it renewed for whatever reason.
Right.
So they're limited to safe access or being able to safely access cannabis.
Absolutely.
So they turn to the street dealers, and so fentanyl is not only being pressed up in pills and cocaine and heroin, it is now actually being used in marijuana as a form of drops.
Correct.
I've been to some states where they say some young people prefer the fentanyl-laced marijuana.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Someone, I was talking to a guy here, I think it was back in the summer, and he was like, well, some people just like it. I mean, you could tell he was one of those people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
it's risky. It's risky.
I mean, it's fine the way it is. It's good.
Yeah. Marijuana is very, very good the way it is in its own natural state. But the risk of fentanyl in marijuana poses a way much greater danger than just the opioid crisis that they're dealing. So we have the opioid crisis, and then we have the fentanyl crisis on top of the opioid crisis.
Absolutely.
And so to see a fentanyl crisis cross over into the marijuana industry when for all of its existence, marijuana have been safe.
Correct.
So, what gave you the idea to create a nonprofit centered around cannabis?
Well, I was thinking about the nonprofit, for-profit, nonprofit, either way it went, I want to give back to the population and provide safe access.
Okay.
I really wanted to start, and I'm like, Pence is going to come after me. I wanted to start several years ago. I'm like, Pence is going to come after me.
Why do you think Mike Pence? Because he was really tough on drugs, on marijuana.
No, but something that he told the truth on, he said if Congress wants it legal, they need to pass.
Yeah, he did say that.
He said that.
Yeah.
He's
He's about a book kind of guy anyway.
Yeah.
Mike Pence is about a...
And they didn't do it.
Yeah.
They still didn't do it,
So So for you to do this as a nonprofit in Congress, not having passed any laws and legislation legalizing marijuana, how can you fill out paperwork, submit this 501c3 because the federal government has to give you your tax exemption status?
Right.
Uh,
So I'm still waiting. I'm a nonprofit. Actually, the name is Kush Sweepstakes, doing business as Kush Lotto, because governments own lotteries. So the nonprofit corporation is under Kush Sweepstakes. They would not. They rejected the name with lottery in it. So I'm doing business as Kush Lotto.
oh, so you was actually gonna do a national lottery for marijuana
No, I am going to.
legally?
One day, yeah.
Okay.
You know, I'm not
She
afraid.
said, I am going to. I
I'm
like
not afraid
that.
to be ahead of my time.
Don't tread on me. That's not cause that's where those people came from. Yeah, that's how we got our rights and our Bill of Rights and our Constitution. Yeah, people thinking like you. Don't tread on me.
I'm not afraid of being ahead of my time. You know, I can't wait until it's nationally legal to start helping people.
So the medical side of it, right? So do you entail not just using this 501c to, well, of course we said veterans, but you also said something with dealing with children is dealing with what? Autism?
Sexual abuse
Okay.
survivors.
Okay.
And you know that's really important to me personally.
Okay.
The MS and cancer.
That's multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, a lot of
Okay,
times, sexual abuse survivors are left out of the picture in speaking about wellness and recovery.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cannabis, there's a benefit for people dealing with multiple sclerosis, right?
Yes.
They haven't been diagnosed. They don't have the health insurance
Right.
to go to the doctor and get what they need.
Let me tell
So
you
you
about
tell me cannabis helps them?
cannabis. Yes. Let me tell you about my medical in cannabis. So I was married to Dr. Battles.
Mm-hmm.
So we got divorced. I moved to Malibu. And I'm like, I'm going to move to Malibu and skip on the ocean. I don't have $1 in my pocket, but I'm going to do it. And so all I had was the Porsche he gave me as a wedding present. He wouldn't give me my clothes. I had my 12-year-old son, and I headed west. So I'm going to drive Uber, and I'm going to get an Airbnb on the ocean, and I'm going to skip. And I told my son, I said, it's going to take Mommy 6 to 8 months to find us a place on the water. It took me 30 days, and I was on Malibu Road. The first house on Malibu Road is Donald Sterling. So I well watched from my balcony. But I suffer from fibroids, like really bad. And I have a high pain tolerance. But I was in fetal position in pain 12, 16 hours, once a month. Just, it was so bad. And I really didn't believe in cannabis working. I just rolled my eyes when people talked about, the medicinal effects. And so I said, I just can't do it. So it's something called microdosing, where you take so many milligrams. So 10 milligrams is one dose of THC. So what I did was I started out with 5 milligrams and, to see where it was going to help, if at all, because I didn't believe it at the time. So when I took that cannabis, so the fibroids, my uterus was in a contraction for the whole time, like I was in labor. Like it didn't let up. And when I took the cannabis, it released the contraction and it took me out of pain. And I was just...
So is that orally or smoking it?
No, I took chocolate.
Okay.
Yes, I'm more of a edible.
Well, I noticed, to me, I don't eat edibles because it seems like it gets me, it's more of an effect. The edibles seem like it has more of an effect. It seems like actually I'm higher.
Well, you have to watch it. I flew to Colorado when they first went recreational.
Yeah.
And I flew a friend with me because he was a big, stoner. And so oh my goodness. So edibles, it takes a good 45 minutes before edible kicks in. So I was drinking Tito's. I had an elixir. I'm drinking it and thinking, oh, it's cannabis thing, like, it's not really working. I was eating the candy, drinking an elixir, because the elixir was like 100 milligram bottle.
Yeah.
10 milligrams is one serving. I'm a weakling anyway when it comes to cannabis. It all hit me at one time, and I'm glad I was in the motel room in bed because I start seeing spirits. So edibles, you have to watch it with the edibles because it all hits you. 45 minutes, you have to give it time to kick in.
Yeah.
So, and that was my experience with edibles. So when I got to Malibu, I'm just like, that's why I was trying to microdose to see what that comfortable and therapeutic number of milligrams was for me.
So I gotta keep saying this. You're the first person I ever heard 501c3 dealing with cannabis, which eventually it will be legal in all 50 states.
Do you know I met so many people so many growers, so many legal and not legal, in California, and I met these guys that were. Do you know the feds have the most number of patents on cannabis patents?
Well, that's why you have to go to them to get the licensing.
Right.
You have to. You can. It's
but
not.
They put us behind bars.
Yeah.
But they have the most. The Fed has the highest number of patents on cannabis.
Yeah, and there's a license to set, so you can. It's not. It's only legal because you don't have the licensing from them, right? Like your driving license, your fishing license, your hunting license. So they own the patents and they own the licensings, and the way they have it scheduled, that they're the only ones can benefit from it. But that's criminally wise. If they reclassify the drug scheduling, then cannabis can be used for more medicinal purposes. Cannabis can be used for more hemp to derive hemp products, biodegradable products that don't hurt the. Texas
just became legal to grow hemp in 2020.
Well, that's why so many CBD shops are.
And I think it. But I met a hemp grower, and his biggest client was Levi Jeans.
Well, let me just say this. Since the government and states have legalized hemp looks just like marijuana, right? Man, it's a lot of niggas selling weed in the streets and they selling hemp, and it smells good, it looks good, but it's hemp. But they're not telling us that. It's a lot of CBD shops that's selling pounds of weed. I'm sorry, pounds of CBD hemp. And the streets is selling it as weed.
It's ridiculous, right?
So I get what you're saying. We need.
You don't know what you're getting.
Way. Yeah, we need a safe
You don't know
way
what you're
to
getting.
yeah.
And it's so many people in need that have been trying to self-medicate for years. When I just can't stress to you enough how that cannabis released the contraction that. Can you imagine your muscle just being in a tight contraction for 16 hours? And it released the contraction and it took me out of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just. So I stopped. I never knew. But I'm a witness.
And you never was into marijuana prior to any of this.
No, I wasn't.
You kept saying Tito's, so you kept saying Tito's.
Right. Yeah.
So on the flip side of the nonprofit, you also want to create the for-profit because you do want to make money in the cannabis industry.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
I got you.
And so people will go to kushlotto.com, pay $1.99 for a chance to win a pound of weed. So I will fly the winner to Vegas and get them their pound. So you can cush up for an extra $1 and win and double your winnings. Kind of like the lottery.
Yeah.
The what is it called?
Scratch off?
Not the scratch off. The national thing.
The Mega Ball.
Oh,
The mega thing.
Oh.
Yeah, so you cush up for an extra $1 and double the winnings. So they'll win 2 pounds.
But they got to come to Vegas to get it.
Absolutely.
How you get it back home is on you.
Right.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you can smoke it all.
Yeah, yeah. I got
You can do what you want.
I spend $2 for 2 pounds of weed. How do you determine if it's the you know, your regular unleaded, your super unleaded, and your 93 octane?
Well, what I'm going to do is get that person's preference, sativa, hybrid. You know, before I started, I didn't even know like the difference. I didn't know that there were different strains.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the thing about being a nonprofit is nonprofits can hold raffles.
Hmm.
So I can do a raffle as a nonprofit and sell one ticket for $1. But I you can't just do that if you're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you done your research. You already got everything in motion.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm super excited.
So tell everybody where to go again, where they find this at.
Cushlotto.com.
And yeah, it's gonna be some Rat Williams Lotto coming soon.
That's right.
Yeah, not no more Lotto, Rat Lotto, Charleston Lotto. We'll think of something, but that Lotto sound good.
It's like a game changer, and on both sides, medicinally and recreational, we're gonna give away so many pounds of weed. Like, it's just gonna make everyone happy. Weed makes the world better.
Yeah, it breaks racial barriers and everything. I promise. A bunch of stoners, man, it's hard to be a hateful, racist stoner. Especially if they weed smell good.
Facts.
Boy, that weed smell good over there. Hey, can we be friends? I'm talking about strangers. I'm talking about, man, it's like the hippie era all over again. Yeah, make
Absolutely.
love and not war.
Aw,
Yeah, get high and not war.
love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, that's another great episode, but I want to talk business, so let's talk.
Let's do it.
You got something to say, dude?
Man, that's it. Good.
Dude said, let's
another
see what we got.
episode.
Dude said, shit, let's see what she got. So she presented what she got. So, shit, we out. See y'all next time.
Cushlotto.com.
Peace. Cushlotto.com. I'm finna get me some. Oh, Cushlotto.com. We got 2,000 on Instagram tuned in. Great show. You got an Instagram page?
I do have an Instagram.
Tag yourself, please, for me.
Chilato. Chilato.
And just when you get a chance, if I can
Good
get
job.
you.
Absolutely.
If you want, you can do that
Oh,
first.
okay.
Yeah, I'll